Hello and welcome to Tauros All Access. I'm Lauren Hill, joined by Evan Epstein, and this is the Wednesday episode of Tauros All Access, also known as the day we do coach interview. So you had the opportunity to talk to head coach Cody Campbell. How'd that go?
Yeah, ahead of the first round series against the Austin Bruins, this is the critical juncture of the year, right? Biggest games of the year coming up this weekend. This is an Austin team. The Tauros have gone 4-4 against over the regular season, evenly matched, and it was really interesting to get head coach Cody Campbell's opinion on the upcoming series. I'm here with head coach Cody Campbell. Coach, the regular season is now in the books. From the start of the year up till this point, what type of development have you seen with this team?
A lot. That's what junior hockey is. It's obviously the on-ice development, but I've also seen so much growth just personally, and guys maturing and learning, how they have to prepare to be successful, and just a whole lot of different things. The easy stuff to see is the progression on the ice. The stuff that not everybody gets to see is the maturity side of things, and guys growing up and becoming young men.
And you mentioned that emotional growth. Do you think that helps moving into the postseason?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt. That's for sure. And like I said, that's one of the biggest benefits to a player playing junior hockey, especially in a community like ours in Minot, is they have the support around them to be able to grow, obviously on the ice, but off the ice as well.
Well, Coach, the Tauros now playing the Austin Bruins in the first round of the playoffs. Just like last year, Tauros swept the Bruins last year. Do you think there's any emotions that carry over from that series to this series, from returners on this team or with the Bruins?
Yeah, you could maybe say that. Probably not, though, really. At least on our end. We've played them in the first round the last 3 years now, so it's become a familiar matchup that's been, historically, the two teams have gone to battle against each other, so it'll be fun to do that again.
Well, the Bruins and the Tauros have been a very even matchup this year, 4-4 in the regular season. How do you get the upper hands on a team it's been neck and neck with so far?
Yeah, the playoffs it's so much different than the regular season, just the environment and the intensity and everything else. So it's the same game. They're going to bring the same style that they have as the year's gone on. So are we. But emotions and momentum play such a big factor in the playoffs that I don't know that the regular season holds much weight at this point.
Well, the Bruins play a physical brand of hockey, and over those past 4 games in March, saw 5 ejections in those games. What type of impact is discipline going to have in this first round?
Yeah, it's always important. It gets more important as the year goes on, and I would assume where you'll probably see not less physicality, but less of the stuff that could lead to a guy getting a major penalty or being kicked out or whatever, just because everybody knows that what's at stake and the importance of having all of our players available for us.
The Bruins are a bigger team. When setting the lines, do you favor the physicality of maybe a Dane Ramirez or a Davin Nichols, or do you look toward maybe a little bit of a smaller, faster player like Parker Newman to try and counter that?
Yeah, it's very case by case scenario, and each player brings different things to the lineup. All 24 guys, so it's about finding the right mix. Not necessarily to combat things that they do, but to make us the best version of ourselves.
All right, Coach, last question. Goaltending is bound to play a big role in this series. What do you need to see from Lucas Svedin and Will Mazenko?
Yeah, they just have to stop the puck. It's the simplest position in sports. That's what my background's in, and You can't win at this time of the year without good goaltending, and I think that's a strength of both teams going into the series.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Great to hear from head coach Cody Campbell. And goaltending, as we talked about at the end of that interview, is going to be very interesting. Both sides with two more than capable goaltenders, Lucas Vedin and Will Mazenko for the Tauros, with Jack Solomon and Carl Axelson for the Bruins. And with increased pressure in the playoffs, sometimes you can see a goalie falter. But I think both sides are very comfortable going to their second option. But we'll talk about that more in the weekend preview tomorrow. But with that, Lauren, I know you got to go to Tilt with a bunch of the players. Seemed like some good fun there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we recorded another Visit Minot video with collaboration with Tilt Studio and obviously our Minotauros. We had about 7 to 8 players come, and it was a whole lot of fun. So please watch the video because I'm sure you will find it entertaining. Hi, I'm Lauren Hill with the Minotauros, and today I'm at Tilt Studio with Visit Minot and a couple of our players, and they're going to be playing some arcade games. Let's see how they do.
Or no deal?
No deal.
No deal.
We're going for the 4 hundo.
Now open 4 cases.
No deal.
4 D1 low value.
Oh!
Rebound and 1. Oh, you're gonna. Bro, that hurt me.
Seems like you guys had a lot of fun over at Tilt. I know that's still a spot that I have to go check out. But with that, that'll do it for us on Tauros All Access. You see the upcoming schedule for the playoffs. Friday and Saturday, the Tauros are out in Austin. You can watch that on Facebook, YouTube, or NATV, 7:05 p.m. puck drop. The following week, Tauros are back home for games 3 and 4 if Game 4 happens. 7:35 p.m. puck drop for both of those games. Tickets for Game 3 are on sale now, so make sure you buy those tickets. If you're a season ticket holder, you have an offer for your seat that will stand until April 21st, so make sure you claim that ticket. After April 21st, it gets opened up to everyone else, so if you want to come to that game, go claim your ticket. And then Game 5, if it does happen, would be the following Monday, April 28th, back in Austin, Minnesota. Should be an exciting first round, and we want you here at the Pepsi Rink for Game 3. And with that, that'll do it for Tauros All Access. So you can buy those tickets at the QR code to the left of Lauren, as well as any Tauros merchandise. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow.